you need a high performance, customizable street commuter electric longboard, the OMW Lancer might be for you. This is a new electric skateboard OMW has released as a part of their lineup, and today I am going to explain to you why this board will be the best bang for your buck. Starting off with the dimensions of this board, it is going to be around 39.3 in length, 10.2 inches in width, and 5.3 inches in height. Like I mentioned, this is a street commuter electric longboard. This electric skateboard is meant to dominate those city streets. We're going to have two different deck color options you could get, which will be either a red or a black edition. The board I have today is the red edition. This is the only red deck electric skateboard you will find on the market currently, and I can assure you, seeing this deck in person, the color is so vibrant you are going to love it. It does not justify it on the website at all. The deck is going to be a 10.2 inch wide carbon deck, which is a mix of carbon fiber with fiberglass and epoxy resin that will be offering insane flexibility with amazing shock absorption for a more comfortable ride. Most electric skateboard decks will be using a standard Canadian maple deck or a bamboo fiberglass deck. However, these decks could have some flaws, especially any type of moisture or humidity or any UV exposure, which could easily corrode those natural wooden decks. Since this board is using a more composite type of deck, it will protect your deck from any fractures or any cracks for a long term. And if you're still worried about this deck breaking on you, OMW is offering a lifetime warranty for these decks. With this lifetime warranty, I will assure you that OMW is truly confident in these decks on any type of surface you will ride. The grip tape OMW will be offering is a nice premium foam grip tape, which will definitely enhance your ride, especially that this board is a urethane board. It will definitely comfort your foot for long extensive rides. Looking at the deck, it will have minor flares on each corner of the deck and a nice drop down from the front and the rear that will also definitely hold your feet in, especially when you're carving. You're not going to feel like you're about to tip over and fall off the board. With that foam grip tape, your feet will sink into the parts with pressure applied that will offer you a more secure and comfortable ride. Coming with this board stock, you will have a standard tail light that is located in the rear of the electric skateboard right underneath the deck, which is a very sleek design. At nighttime, this light is very bright and very visible, and if you pull the remote back, it is sensor brake activated, which will alert other riders that you are slowing down. If you would like to enhance your rider safety even more, OMW does offer a front light kit and a side LED light kit. A benefit with these headlights is that you don't have to take them off or charge them because OMW has made already pre-existing ports where it's just all plug and play. You just easily plug it in there, which is directly connected to the battery, and you could activate it on and off through the remote. This just makes it more convenient for you, especially if you're going to be commuting with this electric skateboard. You don't have to worry about taking off these lights or charging any of these lights, or you don't have to worry about making some type of DIY contraption to mount those LED lights with an external battery on the back. The weight of this board will be around 26.5 pounds, which is a fair weight, not too heavy and not too light. If this weight does bother you too much, OMW does also include an ergonomic handle, which is also very easy to install. This handle is also a very unique design as it is angled slightly and not perpendicular up, which will be a more comfortable grip for your hand, and you could just lug this board around like a suitcase, which is very comfortable and convenient. Now going back to the deck, it is very similar to the OMW Hussar that they offer on the website. However, this board is very different. The OMW Lancer offers 3 different flex options, all built in one board, where OMW has already drilled pre-existing holes where you could adjust the trucks for a high flex, middle flex, or a low flex. The board stock will come with a middle flex with a wheelbase around 38 inches. If you would like a more stiffer, stable ride, you could bring the trucks inwards with a wheelbase around 37.6 inches. If you want the most comfortable flex, you can adjust the wheelbase to up to 38.8 inches, which will make the ride even more comfortable, especially if you love cruising. With this flex, the ride will be feeling like you're surfing on a cloud. Moving on to the trucks, OMW will be using a 9.25 inch forged CNC traditional kingpin truck, which is quite interesting because a lot of these longboard decks will be using double kingpin trucks. So why is it that they use these TKP trucks? Well, these trucks will be a lot more stable for a lot of newer riders, especially at this price point. This board is very beginner friendly. With this traditional kingpin truck, as you can see, the truck has been extended outwards by a significant amount, offering you a much longer wheelbase, and with a different variation of durometer diameter bushings. It will offer you a sharp turning radius and a very stable truck where you are able to reach up to those high top speeds and just cruise around those speeds just fine. The wheels that OMW will be offering are the stock Mad wheels. This wheel is an American based company that has collaborated with OMW to offer your most smoothest ride regardless of what type of street you're going to ride over. These urethane wheels are truly amazing, not some crappy urethane knockoff, especially with the Mad V2 wheels, which is now a newer version OMW is offering that has an extra core compared to the previous generation that will be offering you a more comfortable and grippier ride. If you would like as well, OMW will be offering their 125mm Mad Max wheels, which will give you the ultimate comfort, especially riding in a busy city street with terrible roads. In my opinion, I feel like this board is not really meant for AT tires. However, if you really wanted to, OMW does offer AT kits, especially the 150mm where you could slap on this board to go off-roading. The drive system of this electric skateboard is going to be a belt drive with a 2.9 gear ratio with a 40T pulley. The acceleration is not too crazy, with a decent acceleration for a commuter board that will be coming with dual 5255 Hobbywing motors, offering a nice linear acceleration and braking. With this ESC, the motors are going to be pushing around 882 watts each with a total output of 1700 watts. Now, one thing I like about this company is that they are being very honest about the true wattage of these belt motors. Not a lot of skateboard companies do this, so I really do appreciate that they are being very honest on their website. One thing that impressed me about these motors were definitely the braking performance. This will ensure you a more safer ride, especially in an emergency where you could definitely have the confidence to pull these brakes back and the board will be able to stop on a dime. The battery OMW is going to be offering is a 14S 2P 504 watt hour chain whip battery offering 21700 Samsung 50S cells. These cells will definitely offer a higher capacity compared to the traditional 18650 cells previous electric skateboard companies have used in the past. These 50S cells are now the common standpoint cells that a lot of e-skateboards are using on the market, offering you a nice fair power delivery and large battery capacity. The 14S configuration will definitely offer a higher voltage with a lower risk of battery sag, especially climbing up hills, and will have a slight advantage to those 12S systems that is currently on the market. Plus, since these Samsung 50S cells are a larger cell, they will improve the heat dissipation, especially if you're pushing this board to the max with efficient range. The charger that OMW will be offering is a 4.2 amp charger, which is fairly on the faster end for a new electric skateboard. I really appreciate them putting a higher power charger than a slow charger, especially on group rides. You want to charge this board up as quick as possible. In my opinion, any charger under 3.5 amps would be too slow in these days. The range that OMW is advertising is around 28 to 34 miles. And there's one thing I want to mention that I really like about this company. As a consumer myself, it really sucks being lied to about the range of these boards, because when they test out these boards, they're never really honest of how fast or how slow they are riding. However, OMW on their website, they do mention it right here that the range test was conducted by a 154-pound rider going at a constant speed around 14 miles an hour in only speed mode 2 on a flat terrain with a gentle breeze at the temperature of 86 Fahrenheit. So I really like the fact that they are honest about this, because range could vary a lot depending on your rider weight, with the weather, and just the way you ride the board. Range will always vary based on these conditions. The ESC that's delivering this power is going to be a Hobbywing ESC, which is honestly one of my favorite ESCs out there, delivering a nice smooth linear acceleration, very beginner friendly, and you're not going to have any jolts compared to other ESCs out there. The top speed of this electric skateboard is going to be around 31 miles per hour, which is actually truly tested. When I tested it myself, I actually did hit around 30 miles per hour, so I also like the fact that they're not lying about the top speed as well. Now, if you're bummed out about the top speed, that is not fast enough for you, OMW does offer the OMW Hussar, which is a higher lineup with a higher top speed. However, if you don't like this speed at all, or you just don't like the acceleration and you're scared you're going to fall, or you're just scared of the braking, OMW does offer a very versatile app that is called Tuya Smart, where you're able to adjust these parameters such as acceleration, braking power, and top speed, which will offer newer riders a more safer and comfortable ride where they could learn and be comfortable with the board itself. With these specs aside, OMW will offer you a 12-month warranty that includes every electronics in the board that will have any defects. OMW will take care of it. And like I mentioned earlier, you have that lifetime warranty for their carbon fiber composite deck. A 12-month warranty is definitely above average compared to a lot of electric skateboard companies out there that would be offering around 6 to 9 months of warranty. Anyways guys, pushing the specs aside, my final thoughts of this board, I just have to say is that this board is truly amazing, and it is not in a biased way at all because of what this board is offering. It's not a very basic and a copy and paste that a lot of other electric skateboard companies will offer. The fact that this company is also partnered with an American company that makes some of the best urethane wheels really does show that this board was truly built for quality and has very unique specs to offer. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on this video, and if you did really like this board a lot, I recommend you hit the subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. If you guys do have any questions on this board, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below and I will answer it for you. And anyways guys, I'll see you in the next one.